Hi there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, we have done an introductory video of this channel and I have also done a get to know me tag just to give you the basics about myself and what I am all about. So if you haven't checked up those videos, you are more than welcome to just go and catch up on those two before you carry on with this one. And I would just like to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel and those who have been liking and commenting on my two videos that I have uploaded thus far. So today you can see by the title of the video that we are kickstarting our personal finance series. We are starting with budget 101. Although the country's budget speech has been put on hold, that does not mean that you can actually also put your personal budget on hold. You can still carry on with yours, and then the rest of the country, or the country, will actually catch up with you. I actually have my notes here, so I will just keep on going back to my notes so that I make sure that I cover everything that I actually want to cover on this video. So on this video, we are actually going to talk about what is a budget, why do you need a budget, and lastly, how you can actually go about developing one. However, before we actually get into the nitty-gritties, I would just like to make a quick story time of how I actually started this habit of having a budget in place. And basically what actually led me to actually having a budget was back in 2016 when I actually started my articles. I was not earning much as a graduate. We know that in South Africa, like, graduates, they don't get that much. So what basically happened was that I stayed with family for like the first 2 months. So I started working in February. So I stayed with family for like the first 2 months. There was Feb 2016 and March 2016. And then I just set myself down to say, you know what, your salary is not going to change. It's not going to increase this year. And then you signed a 3 years contract. Obviously, yes, your salary will increase annually in line with the inflation rate, but then that's like 5% increase, and that's not gonna be much. So basically, you have to deal with this kind of salary for the next 2 years, for basically 3 years, including the year that I started my articles. And then after the 2 months that I stayed there, I was like, you know what, I have to actually learn to live with the salary. So I drafted a budget. I determined where I can stay, and I was not willing to actually share with anyone. So I found a place. I decided to like go and stay in the township where I could actually afford the rent and also have that luxury of staying by myself and not sharing with anyone. Because had I settled to stay in CBD, oh yeah, I did not mention, yeah, I started working in Centurion. So the company that I worked for was in Centurion. So I basically had to commute to work. So I decided to stay in one of the townships that are in Pretoria, and then I had to commute to work. So I decided to stay there, look at how much rent was it, take into consideration the transport money. I had to like catch 2 taxis to get to work, so it was like 4 taxis in total, and I had to take into consideration all of those things, including groceries, clothes, doing my hair, etc., etc. So that's how I actually started drafting my own personal budget, and it was done on a monthly basis. So that basically where it all started for me. It obviously, as and when I changed jobs, it then changed as well. It got better. It started becoming like a lifestyle. Like now, I really cannot function without having a personal budget in place. I actually do it like for the year, so it will have like columns for all the months of the year. So that's where it basically started for me. And then just getting into now, what is a budget? So a budget is basically a projection of your income, which is the money that you receive obviously for the services that you render, versus your expenses. And then it is basically just a plan in terms of how are you going to spend this income, this money that you received, on the expenses, which are the things like your needs and your wants. Yeah, basically how you're going to spend that income on those needs and wants. So that is like the basic definition of what a budget is: your income versus your expenses, basically. And then why do you need one? You need a budget for you to be able to track your spending and to monitor it, so that you can see where you can actually improve, and also see where your money is actually going, how much money you're spending on which items, and how often do you actually spend that money on those items. So that's why you basically need a budget in place. It will also assist you in terms of like avoiding unnecessary spending or overspending. Like I mentioned, that you will be able to track on which items you're spending so much money on, and how often do you actually spend on those items. And then how do you actually develop one? Well, all you need is basically like an Excel spreadsheet. You take an Excel spreadsheet, you name it at the top, maybe like 2025 financial year, 2025 annual budget. You have your columns in months, so you'll have Jan up until December. The first top, obviously, you will have your income, so there you will obviously list all your income sources. The number one will definitely be your salary, and that I believe that it will be fixed for a year, because then your salary will get reviewed obviously on an annual basis to be, you know, adjusted in line with the inflation rate. But it will be like a fixed amount throughout the year, unless you change jobs and you get like a better offer, or unless you get like a promotion, and then that's when it will also increase. But your salary is basically one of your fixed incomes. And then you can also add another line item under your income to say other income. If you are someone who is receiving, or who normally receives income from other sources, then you can list or account for that money that you are receiving under the other income line item. And then you will total your income. That will give you obviously your total monthly income. And then you will get your expenses, where you will also do the same. Most of us, we definitely have like things that I call fixed, or that are called fixed expenses. So those are the expenses that are constant throughout. They do not fluctuate, they do not change. Things like your rent, if you are a parent, then you have like school fees, your transport money. If you're going to like, if you're that person who's like office based, so you will definitely have like a constant transport money or petrol money, because you're just going to one place the whole month. Unlike other people who get to like work at different places in a month, then obviously theirs will now be accounted for as a variable expense. So their transport and petrol will be accounted for as a variable expense, based on an estimate of how much they can actually spend. And then yeah, basically those are just the examples that I'm giving, but basically the main purpose is for you to list all your expenses. Your groceries are definitely like a variable, because I don't think like you're spending the same amount every month on your groceries. So your groceries are definitely accounted for as a variable expense, because they will fluctuate across all those months. And then you need to also do this: say your income minus your expenses. If your income is greater than your expenses, that is great. You have a surplus. That means that obviously your income, it is greater than your expenses, and you do have some money left at the end of the month. But then if you are saying your income minus your expenses, then my dear, you are living way beyond your means. You need to cut down on your expenses because your income cannot carry your expenses. It cannot sustain you at all. We also don't want such a situation. You don't want a deficit. You also don't want a break even where your income and your expenses actually they cancel each other out and you are left with zero at the end of the month. Because yeah, that is I don't even have a term for that. I don't think that even qualifies as you living within your means, because should an emergency come up, like what is it that you're going to be able to do when you don't have any money left? And also, one thing I wanted to mention with regards to having a budget in place, what I normally do is that I will list all the nice things or things that I would like to buy. Like if I need a new phone this year, if I need a nice bag or whatever, I will list those things, and then once I draw up my budget, I can see on which months I will be able to have like a small little change left, where maybe I can say, okay, maybe I will be able to buy myself those shoes that I want or that bag in April, because April I don't have a lot of commitments. So a budget will also be able to show you which months, you know, will you be able to buy certain things. Or maybe when you are someone who's moving or you got a new place, you want to buy furniture for your place, nice appliances. It will also assist you to have like a list of the things that you want: a new fridge, microwave, a washing machine. Then when you have a budget, you are able to see that, okay, I can actually wait for like Jan to March, and then in April I can actually get myself this washing machine, because I will have money actually to be able to buy myself that. So basically, a budget, it will assist you to like track your money, track your spending habits, and yeah, just to be in control of your money. Like I think that's the ultimate goal, for you to be in control of your finances and know where your money is going, and ultimately financial freedom for all of us. So yeah, I think I've covered everything that I actually wanted to cover on this video. So let's get started on our budget, guys. Yeah, and next time maybe we can just catch up in terms of how it has been going. Thank you so much for watching thus far, and I will see you guys on my next video. It will definitely not be like a personal finance video, because I also need to touch base on like careers and all of those things. So I will not be doing like a personal finance series and then maybe like the next session or the next month I'm running a career series. No, I will be dropping videos, personal finance, career, so that I have like a mixture, a variety on the channel, and then yeah, maybe a vlog here and there. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is a wrap from me and my mom's plant. Bye.